Hey guys, welcome to another video. And the title for this video is That Beef is Too Expensive. God wants you to put it back. And so what reminded me or what inspired me to make this video is really just based off of something that I'm going through personally right now. Um, so I used to work at this one office, and um, one of the coworkers that I work with said something to me that really pained me and really hurt me. Um, and so I'm not working at that office anymore, but it was something that really weighed me down, was weighing me down. And I kind of go through waves. One day I would be good, I'd be, fine, I'd be, because I'm so much happier at, the office that I'm at now. And so some days I'd be like, okay, I'm good, everything's fine, I'm chilling. But then other days I'd have flashbacks to that moment. And instantly I would feel this anger and this it's almost like I'd feel this need to get even or to get revenge or whatever, or to say bad things about this person. But in thinking about it, I instantly remembered, so there was this conference that I went to for work probably a couple weeks ago. And I remember one of the speakers talked about how he had to forgive his dad for something that he did in his childhood that really hurt him. And he had held that pain in his heart for years and years and years. And he said him forgiving his dad wasn't so much about his dad. And it instantly made me think about how it's so easy to hold on to grudges and to hold on to pain, because in our mind, we think that if we forgive someone, we're letting them off the hook, or we're saying that what they did to us or how they hurt us is okay. And somehow it's almost as though we feel like we're just condoning this behavior. But what I've had to learn, and even though I've known this, but what I've really had to apply, especially because I haven't had this situation happen to me very often, but what I've had to learn is, that truly forgiving someone is more about you than it is about them. Because while I'm sitting here holding a grudge or being upset about something that was said to me, months ago or whatever, this person has already moved on with their life. And so it's like, what do I look like if I'm sitting here upset, for a long time about something that was said to me in the past, when ultimately, and just because, forgive someone, it doesn't mean that instantly you have to be best friends with them. It doesn't mean that, oh, okay, you forgive them, you reach out to them to hang out or grab coffee to catch up. It doesn't mean you have to do all of that. But forgiving someone is more so for your heart, for your spirit. It helps you move on. It helps you to let go of any pain or any frustration that you are feeling. And it allows you to really just understand that, okay, what this person did to me was wrong, yes, but forgiving them is a necessary step for me to move forward. And even like that guy said with his dad, yes, he forgave him years and years and years later, but that doesn't mean that, they went back to being best friends and, he, did all of these things with him and, tried to reform that bond. It was more so that, he forgave him and he let him know that he'd forgiven him and all of that. And it was great, but now it was time to move on. And the guy said actually what inspired him to forgive his father was that him and his wife were expecting a child as well. And so he said that he just wouldn't feel right as a father knowing that he was trying to raise a child with that, still holding on to that deep pain in his heart. And so, yeah, it was just a great reminder that forgiving someone isn't always about them, isn't always about condoning their behavior. And just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you guys suddenly need to become best friends doing everything together. It simply means that you value yourself more than you value, your frustration, or more than you value holding a grudge. And honestly, I remember I was watching this sermon, and I believe it talked about how, I think it's in Matthew, and I can't remember what the verses are, but it talks about how God said it's important to forgive 70 times 7 times, basically. And it just talks about how it's important to forgive people because ultimately God forgives us on a daily basis because we're imperfect. We're flawed as human beings. But if God looked at us the way we looked at other people, then no one would be able to be saved. Because, and that's what a pastor had said, during one of the sermons that I listened to as well, was that we should forgive others because ultimately God forgives us. And if we were to judge others the way that God judged us, the world would be a better place if we forgave more, if we had more empathy, if we had more understanding for people's different situations and where they might have been, when they said what they said. And so even like with, my former coworker that had said that, I had to think that, okay, maybe the experiences this person has gone through in life are different from, the things that I've seen. And because of that, maybe that's shaping how they're reacting to me or how they're perceiving me as a person. And I can't sit here myself with my limited knowledge of who they are as a person, with my limited knowledge of their experiences. And I can't sit here honestly and try to judge them because I don't know what they've been through, just like how they don't know what I've been through. And even though I think with me, I tend to get frustrated sometimes because I'm like, oh, but I would never say that to someone, or I would never make someone feel that way. But ultimately, it's not always about you. It's not always about me and how we would handle situations. Honestly, it's about how the other person handled the situation. And it's about having empathy for the headspace that they might have been in. Because some people are very high stress individuals. Some people that when they get really stressed, they just start saying whatever it is, the first thing that comes to mind. And so even though I'm not that way, I have to understand that people handle stress and people handle emotions differently. And so when you can learn to not only just forgive, but when you can learn to forgive someone and take a step back and analyze the situation with an open mind, it helps you to heal and it helps you to move forward. And so for me, even making this video has helped me heal because just getting these thoughts out there has made me realize that it's more important than ever that we continue to go to God with our problems. We continue to go to God whenever we're struggling. And so this has been something that I've realized I truly need to continue to pray for. That whenever I start to feel those emotions rushing back, whenever I start to feel like I'm beginning to hold a grudge again, I just need to pray about it. And I need to pray that God removes that bitter emotion, those bitter feelings out of me. And as long as I'm diligent and I continue to do that, I know that I'll get better and I know that it'll make me better as well. And so I'll be able to look back on this situation with gratitude because it bettered me as a human being. It improved my empathy for people. It showed me that I can be in a situation like that and I can come out stronger. Because when you hold a grudge, the only person really who suffers is the person holding the grudge. And so, yeah, you guys, I hope you guys got some value from this video. If you guys have any similar stories, let me know in the comments below so that we can all pray for one another. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys stay blessed, and I hope you guys continue to grow in faith and in your walk with the Lord. And I'll talk to all of you guys in the next one.